Video game, flash fiction. This is a timed writing game where I'm going to give myself 90 minutes on this timer to be able to write an original, intellectual property free flash fiction story inspired by one of these 8 Atari 2600 cartridge games. Someday it'll create a story that may end up in a book like this one right here, Homebrew Revolution, as well as other ones like Video Game Flash Fiction Work, Video Game Flash Fiction Life, and Video Game Flash Fiction Sports, all on sale online. Digital downloads, audiobooks coming soon. But those words did not write a story, so let's go ahead and get this game started. I'm going to go roll this 8-sided dice to make this fun and a game and randomly select one of these Atari 2600 cartridges to be able to slot into the console, play the game, get inspired by a story, read it at the end. Let's roll the dice. 2 from the bottom. 2. All right. What is... Oh, my. Intellectual property free story inspired by the game called Strawberry Shortcake. And there's a subtitle, I think, in this that is Musical Matchups. Strawberry Shortcake musical matchups. Let's go ahead and slot this thing in. These have been tested to work. However, they're old, like me, and some days they just don't work. Let's see what happens here. We're booting up. I can get rid of this screen there. Now we're loading the game. Come on, Strawberry Shortcake. Maybe. Maybe not. Ooh. Let's try one more time. Let's clean this off just a little bit. I guess it's a little bit annoying that these failures with the digital device take just a little bit longer than the analog. I'm going to power off here. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out. I'm going to clean it off a little bit of alcohol. Maybe the connections are... Again, no, they're old. If this doesn't work on this time right here, I'll go ahead and roll the dice again until one actually does work. Set this aside. Test it later. It'll probably work. Come on, game. Inspire a story, Strawberry Shortcake. I vaguely remember you as a doll and cartoon icon back in the day. Wow. Well, let's roll this dice again. This has happened. All right. Roll the dice. If I roll an 8, I roll over. So it would be 3 from the top. Okay. Let's try Kool-Aid Man. One of these is going to work today. Slots in. Firm. I was hoping the digital version of the new Atari would maybe read some of these games a little more quicker and better, but the analog one so far at least doesn't take this long to load. Be a little bit this. There we go. There's something. I don't know what. A broken game. That's funny. Depressing. But kind of funny. Let's go ahead and maybe a video game flash fiction for today. We'll see. Will cartridge work? Will this system actually play? Am I going to have to bust out the old analog one because this digital one, although in some ways has some good features that I like. Its ability to stream a lot easier for one. But the thing I hate is I'm telling a story about a broken game and a digital device that is not able to read it. 1, 2, 3. I wish I could tell a story right now while we're watching the game load. But I can't because the game's not working. Oh my God. This is terrible. I feel like today's video game flash fiction is just a little bit out of cursed. Maybe it's the Atari. Probably is. Let's go to the next one. Let's roll this dice again. Let's go to whatever was on top. Well, Adventures of Tron was once upon. Let's try this one. Right now my video game flash fiction is amounting to trying the next game. I guess this makes it random enough. It does not make good. A good event for writing. My mind's completely blown by why this thing isn't working. And maybe today is just not going to be that day for playing. Maybe the fates, the gods are telling me this. There we go. There's a game that works. Wow. I went through Kool-Aid Man, Strawberry Shortcake, and now I'm at Tron. Yes, Tron. That Tron. Mattel and Disney, it seems, has some sort of copyright over this. Well, man, that was not exciting. In my mind, that was kind of annoying. I feel like that happened previous story. Let's try to clear the mind. Literally spent about 6 minutes trying to find the story, the game. And this one's called Tron. What's the entire title? Adventures of Tron. Okay, and this is Adventures of Tron. Adventures of Tron. You like slide down a pole and you get to the bottom of the pole and then you run around and there's a bunch of things that, yeah, I mean, I recognize all these things just looking at them with the intellectual property that is contained within them. Can I not, like, I can only go up one level. This is Huh. That's the game. That is the game. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. And yeah, 4 levels. Yeah, 4 levels. I don't even know. And they got a bunch of tanks driving, and you're this dude. Someone hit the reset button here. Tron. Can I do select? Is there like more levels? You're wearing like purple trousers and a shirt. Seriously? And then you fall if you don't leap over that hole, and I'm gonna die because there's a tank. Come on. I'm just a dude. I only got like I got like a jump. I can jump. That's it. I can jump. Oh, hey, I didn't know I could just push down and fall back to the next level. That's a good evasive maneuver. Can I do it anywhere? Yeah, I can. Okay. It's kind of defeating, though, if you can't really. There we go. Okay, now that I know that. Oh, shoot. Oh, come on. And then some tank on, like, the 4th level. Like, there's freaking tanks everywhere. How do they even... This is like, what, a highway for destruction? I mean, let's be honest. If I hadn't seen the movie Tron and that intellectual property, I wouldn't know what the hell those other things were. It's like helmets flying sideways, and little things flying through the the things that are pulsing were, I think it was called the cursor. And I understand that there's tanks, so I can build from that. There's just weapons. This is like a highway. Like, are you on the maintenance crew or something? Like, what's the story, Tron? Who is Tron? It's got to be an acronym. Maybe it's an acronym for where they're working. And like, this is just I mean, that's the default for me. Obviously, I wrote a video game flash fiction book that has a bunch of work flash fiction stories in it called Video Game Flash Fiction Work. So I'm obviously obsessed with the concept of work and music to complete some of these stories. I mean, work has conflict, and it has an objective, and it has a plot. If I make it into a sport, that's a little too dystopian and weird. If I make it into work, this person's those quirk things don't hurt me. I've been avoiding them. So the things flying in the sky might not hurt. If that's the truth. Oh, and if I like hit one of those cursor things, because that's right, in the movie the cursor was your friend. I think it was just like a binary yes and no type thing. Flynn was the person's name? I can't, it doesn't matter because I want to reset it. How do I gotta select it again? I gotta reset. I gotta wait. Tron. Every time. Milton Mattel. Come on. Where's my game? Like I can appreciate the person I want to play. Okay, push up, jump, up, jump, up, jump, up. Oh, come on! And like I think I'm like stuck in the same freaking pattern too. Oh man! All right, last life, and then I'm gonna try to write a word because I don't know what the hell this story is supposed to be about. Come on, go. Go. Come on, what? You. I don't know. I thought I was getting up to the top and it wouldn't let me go up. Let's write a story about Tron. Tron, The Adventures of Tron. That's what it's called. So let's use that game name. I gotta create a Tron character. The Adventures. The Adventures of Tron. Okay, so there's tanks. That's all I can say. There are tanks. I identify some of these things within the intellectual property of Tron, but not because of the graphics or stellar, because this is an Atari 2600 and they did what they could with what they had to make a game, and I can totally respect that and I love it. That's why I'm playing this. But it's really hard to tell. Like, there's the tanks. Remember the tanks from Tron? There's the cursor from Tron. There's the little circling things. I don't know where those are. The arrow-looking thing, I think, is that ship that was guiding along the data stream or something like that. Then you have the attacking spaceships. It looks like a bunch of traffic, you know? And your character is as big as any of these, so you're just massive. Scale-wise, like, huge. Let's try this again, Tron. I mean, The Adventures of Tron. I don't want to, like, you almost have to name the character Tron in this case. Like, literally the name of the game is The Adventures of Tron. The primary protagonist. I think. I've just died. Let's write a story. Could make it into an acronym. Have Tron mean something like it did Smurf, but I feel like I've pulled that toy out of my pocket and played with it and broke it and made something decent, but I just can't make it work again, find the enjoyment in it again. There was a game called Thunderground, which was a good game. I think that one I did. Yeah, man, I did a lot of maintenance type stuff. Work, sport. This ain't a sport. Maybe it's a heist. Maybe they're getting chased. Tron, The Adventures of Tron. It has to be an adventure too. Maybe The Adventures of Tron is just about someone trying to tell themselves how lovely their life is every day. And it's an adventure to go to work and try to earn enough money. Yeah. Tron. The Adventures of Tron. The Adventures or Adventure of Tron? Oh, we got more than one. We got Adventures of Tron. I mean, I wish I was playing Kool-Aid Man right now. Maybe even Strawberry Shortcake. But I'm playing the Adventures of Tron with a bunch of chaos going on, and I gotta figure it out. They're gonna be a maintenance worker. I mean, I'm 17 minutes into this. I gotta just pick something to go with it. Maintenance worker. Working Tron. The Adventures of Tron. It's the Tron Tunnel. Tron Tunnel is the most dangerous tunnel there is. I mean, what are like the elevators too are really weird. They're weird because they just are. Like these big, large platforms. Maybe that's just how you control traffic in this. Like if you need to go to a different lane. So this would be like a vertical something. A vertical highway. The Tron complex. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just the Tron tunnel, the Tron highway. Journeys under the earth. The Tron highway journeys under the earth. I think so. Man, I gotta have a Y there too. I think it's with journeys with a journeys. I don't know. That's my journey. Man. The Tron highway journeys under the earth. The 4-level Tron highway journeys under the earth. from, what's a good city? We're just going to go straight there. This is like from the East Coast. Man, you're never going to make it that far. If I were going to use the United States of America as some sort of landmass to place this underground massive highway, it just wouldn't fly. It's width-wise, length-wise, a little bit too long. Geography is vastly different. Tunneling anything's a pain. So no, I don't think it's going to work. The four level Tron highway journeys under the earth. Transporting. Traffic. It's like commerce. It's just, they got tanks, man. Like tanks and flying things. Military equipment. Maybe it's just we're in a police state. Security equipment. Like tanks. And drone deliveries. Okay. Let's go from California to Utah. They're just places I've been. And let's just use that. Now, what's like the conflict? This is the adventures of Tron. The Tron Highway. Journeys under the earth, transporting transporting giving passage to tanks and drone. Security tanks and drone deliveries from California to Utah. The Tron Highway. What is it? What's I gotta, the Tron Highway maintenance crew supports the I don't know the distance. I'm gonna say it's 900. We'll say 1,000 mile long. Just to throw out some, we'll say how long? 900 mile long tunnel. With nothing stop traffic. Okay, so the traffic keeps going even if you die. That, I guess, is a thing. Earning the reputation for working a deadly job because nothing stops traffic in the Tron Tunnel. The death of a worker. Creates only a stain to be cleaned by another worker. Every worker of the Tron Tunnel has their adventure story. But few like the tell of, I gotta think of a futuristic name that rivals Tron. Chip. Something that related to a computer? No. Goran. A tell of Goran. There we go. Now what's this adventure? Now you set this up like this is a dangerous tunnel. The 4-level Tron highway under the earth gives passage to security tanks. And drone deliveries from California to Utah. The Tron highway maintenance crew supports the 900-mile-long Tron tunnel, earning the reputation for working a deadly job because nothing stops the traffic in the Tron tunnel, even death. The death of a worker creates only a stain to be cleaned by another worker. Every worker of the Tron tunnel speaks many adventure stories, but few tell like the tell of Goran. Goran. Let's go Goran. Let's go play this a little bit more. Let's see if I can get Goran. So what's Goran's story? We have Goran here. Let's go ahead and hit reset. All right, Goran. Well, tell me your tell. Why is your tell more amazing than any others? Goran was cleaning. I mean, fudge, man. What's Goran doing? Goran's cleaning. Goran. I just want to get done with this story. Still a little bit traumatized about all the games just not working. I mean, those are 2 games that I've tested to work. I can't dwell on that thought, probably more than I should, given I have a story to write about Goran jumping. Come on, avoid that. There you go, Goran. Now you fall all the way to the bottom and on a tank. Maybe that's the amazing thing, is that he falls through the service tunnel, lands on a tank, and the tank takes him off someplace where he didn't die. That's the amazing story. The tell of Goran, who didn't die. Goran's work alarm. Alarm flashed in the coffee room, in the lunchroom. While let's just go they. I don't want to think of gender. I don't want to think of anything right now. Just a character. Their coffee and argued. Goran's cleaning alarm. I guess Goran's Tron cleaning alarm flashed in the lunchroom. Pager. People remember the pager as much as they remember Tron. Distant technology. Goran's Tron cleaning pager flashed in the lunchroom while they sipped their coffee. Argue about the loss of the Bears. This is the Packers on Monday Night Football. Tron's laugh over Zebby, stating, silenced. Bears have the best defense in the league. Silenced once the alarm triggered. Tron set down his coffee, sighed, and suited up. What's the color of their... let's check this out. In their purple and green... hazmat suit. With shoulders hung. They rode a... What are we going to call them? They rode a... Not a tank. A skite. Through the service tunnel. Near the stain. Near the stain. Causing tanks. And those are like, what are those? I mean, what are those? I don't know what those are supposed to be. Those things look like TV trays that are hopping up and down and going side to side on occasion. The other ones are the spaceships that fly. So we'll just say that those things are, there's like 3 different potential vehicles causing the tanks and the bouncing. Spin on their tracks into the tunnel wall. While speeding through. Into the tunnel wall while speeding through the... I don't know what I'm speeding through. While speeding through the tunnel. Yeah. All right. With shoulder hung from the service tunnel. Tron slid down the pole. To the lowest level. Tunnel. Tunnel -4. Tunnel 4. Watching headlights glow in the distance. From the service tunnel, Tron slid down the service pole to the lowest tunnel, tunnel 4, watching headlights glow in the distance, seeing headlights illuminate. Let's give this person a real name. Like what I mean by real name is one that we all recognize as a legitimate United States of America name and won't cringe at or make fun of because we're assholes sometimes. Actually, let's take that back. We're assholes like everybody else often. But that's just being egotistical and mumbling nonsense. Let's play this a little bit more. What's Tron doing? Like I got time. We should enjoy this game. I got something. Let's like I see hijinks. This is supposed to be an incredible story. Not sure it's really going to be a good story. Oh, come on. I mean, is that what... Oh, fudge you. That's all I got to say. Come on. Tron. I like the Deadly Disc game just a little more. I just like the disc games. Even the arcade versions of this. I don't know if there was an arcade. There was in Adventures of Tron, but I thought the arcade version. There was a really cool Tron game. There's a tank game that you could have, but then there's one where you could play the light bikes, the tanks, and a couple other games. And then there was the one where it was just like this three-dimensional diorama type game where you were throwing the disc back and forth against the walls, and that one was super cool. This is not these games right here because we're inside the United States of America tunnel going from California to Utah, the Tron tunnel. The Tron tunnel 4 that has a stain that needs to... Why would you even have a human do it? Why wouldn't you have a robot do it? Well, because someone's got to work, right? And if you're trying to get rid of the humans and make more robots because robots don't have free will, then you're going to put the humans... That's so dystopia. But it's true. We just make the humans suffer so the rich people can have their robots. Let's not go down that route because we're just a worker. We're called Tron from the service tunnel. Tron slid down the service pole to the lowest tunnel, tunnel 4, watching the headlights glow in the distance, seeing headlights illuminate. The squeak of the tank tires echoed along with the buzz of drones, like small the squeak of the tank tires echoed along the squeak of the tank tires echoed along with the buzz of the drones, like small squeaks. I don't know, like small balls and arrows carrying packages to consumers throughout the land. Tron wonders why they don't let's do this. I got it. Um, the tell is that they want to take him out. I'm going to do that. That's more exciting to me. Let's make this adventurous. There's going to be a union member, and the union member is going to be tried to be taken out by the corporation. Not Tron. Tron is just a highway. It's the Tron highway. There's many different. There's like the Bond highway, the Fron highway. The Tron highway just happens to be a highway that this person works at. And I think is what I'm going to have them do is like have some. Look, we're over the coffee, and we're talking about we need a union. And yes. I like that. There we go. I gotta avoid. I mean, politics. That's the only thing I like writing about. It seems. God, sex, and government. What else is there to write about? Not a whole lot. The 4-level Tron highway journeys under the earth gives passage. For passage to security. For security. And drone deliveries from California to Utah. The Tron Highway maintenance crew supports the 900-mile-long Tron Tunnel, earning the reputation for working a deadly job because nothing stops the traffic in the Tron Tunnel, even death of a worker. Okay, so Goran's Tron cleaning pager flashes in the lunchroom while they sip their coffee, and they're not talking about football, talking about creating a union. About creating a union to protect the workers. Saying to Zepe, who died? Someone died. This is Goran. Goran lives. Yeah, let's get rid of the Monday Night Football. Let's make this about something. Not that Monday Night Football is not something. Let's just delete it. Let's remove it. Let's make the more meaningful. And how the infected the system, saying to Zepe, we could ask for less deaths. Our death rate. The pager went off. Tron set down his coffee and sighed and suited up in the purple and green hazmat suit. Flashing cleanup. There we are. We have a service tunnel near the stain, near the... All right. So Goran's Tron cleaning pager flashed in the lunchroom while they sipped their coffee and argued about creating a union to protect the workers, saying to Zepe, "We could ask for more money, better insurance, better life insurance. Our death rate is like 50%. It's like they're trying to kill us so they don't know how to, so they don't have to pay our retirement." And the pager went off. Tron sat down. No, I can't. This is Goran, not Tron. Tron is the tunnel. Goran set down his coffee and sighed and suited up in their purple and green hazmat suit, with shoulders hung. They rode a skate through the service tunnel near the worker's body. Causing tanks to nearly spin on their tracks into the tunnel wall while speeding through. I don't need those words here. Okay, so now I've got a better, at least, purpose, motive, why. From the service tunnel, Tron slid down the service pole to the lowest tunnel, tunnel 4. Watching headlights glow in the distance, the squeak of the tank tires echoed along. Echo, 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 slid. I got past tense. Am I even past tense? Yeah, I guess so. Let's leave it that way. Tron wonders why they don't have robots clean, and mumbles they want to kill us. Now this is where the story gets weird. So, I mean, I'm already setting this up to be a story, to be weird. So what's amazing about this one? I've got them in the tunnel. They have to clean the job. And hijinks ensues. Or they start a revolution. This could be utopia. The corporate powers that be are going to be like, hey, we're going to help the worker out. It'd be a fantasy. From the service tunnel, Goron slid down. Not Tron. To Tron Tunnel 4. Watching headlights glow in the distance. The squeak of the tank tires echoed. Along the buzz of the drones like small balls and arrows carrying packages to consumers throughout the land. Tron wondered why they don't have robots clean them. And mumbled, they want to kill us. Goran unlatched their wand cleaner, their nano scrubber. It began waving it. Began waving it around. Goron unlatched their nano scrubber from their utility belt and began waving it around. Nano sprayed, because nanos, sprayed over the body bits and bloody pieces. Breaking down the biomatter material. A distant light. The bright beams. The bright beams of a tank flashed. The bright beams of a tank flashed behind Goron. Goron ran to the service elevator, service lift. And leaped and rose to the next level. As the tank drove underneath. Overhead, I don't know, man. Overhead drones. Drones then dived at Goron. Goron ran along the road, emitting a hum and drum of union member union member let's go ahead and then I don't know, this is weird, but you know, this is a weird tell. I gotta pay off the statement at the beginning of the story. I gotta find some better discipline and maybe a different microphone. I'm gonna complain today about my breath, my nose, the tickling of it. Third complaint today about it. First world problem. One of those privilege problems. I'm not like I'm going hungry. Not yet. Life's a long time though. The bright beams of a tank flashed behind Goron. Goron ran to the service lift and rose to the next level as the tank drove underneath. Overhead, drones dived at Goron, emitting a hum and a drum. Union member, union member, union member. With their pulse. Man, one of those days. Shot, a tank fired. Around, through the tunnel. Tunnel 3, Tron Tunnel 3. Am I doing numbers or am I using Numbers to identify levels. I am using numbers and not necessarily. The tank fired around through the Tron Tunnel 3. Okay. The bolts. Glowing body shimmered through the tunnel at Tron. At Goron. Goron dived to the ground, stood, and ran for the service elevator. To rise to the top level and escape through the service tunnel. Free of robots, of traffic. The lift rose. Next tunnel. Excuse me. Goron dove. Goron dove to the ground and stood and ran for the service elevator to rise to the top level and escape the service tunnel free of traffic. The lift rose into the next tunnel. Behind a line of tanks rolling away. Pulsing quark emitted a beep of Union member. And the service elevator stopped. I mean, they're already on level 3, right? They shimmered through Goran. Tron Tunnel. And this escape to rise to the service. And escape. The lift rose into the next, into Tron Tunnel 2. Pulsing quark emitted a digital Union member, and the service elevator stopped. A swarm of drones flew through the tunnel. at Tron, at Goron. Shimmering bolts flew past. Maybe they're just trying to join the Union. Tron landed on the service elevator, rising to Tunnel 2. Tron Tunnel 2. Goron. Tron landed. Goron landed. Rose above a tank, speeding along. Rising. Goron rose above a tank speeding along the Tron tunnel. Rose above a tank speeding along Tron Tunnel 2. How does this end? I think I'll do what I did last time. Like, I don't know. We're gonna play the game. Let's see what happens to Tron. I don't know how to like complete the game because again I don't read the instructions. But let's try to see if I can get back to the top again, and if I can get out, I'll give myself more than a couple tries. Fudge. Can't go up. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I grab these things maybe? Like, I don't. Why wasn't I? Like, I got to the top. Oh, it doesn't let him out. He's gonna die. Come on, cursor. What am I? Yeah, I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna try to get to the top again. Or try. You know, when I say try. Maybe I need to get all. I'm gonna try to collect these purple things. Let's reset this game again. I'm not certain. Again, don't read instructions. Therefore, I don't know how to play the game. But I want to try to see if I can collect. Maybe that's what I need. Oh, why the frack? It must be. I must need to collect these things. Because it just seems to me. Stupid tank. Oh, interesting. No, that's not that interesting. I thought maybe I cleared a tunnel or something like that. Nope. I'm gonna fall all the way back down to the bottom. Almost died. Oh, fudge you, man. Yeah, fudging. Like, I guess maybe I'm supposed to collect all those things. Let's try this one more time. It's my cleanup. That's, I guess, what I was supposed to be writing the story about. I guess that's the mechanic of how you pass the level. That would have been more fun of a story. I don't know where the story would have gone, but my inability to understand it or want to play it. Oh, fudge. Alright, so I think I need to... They got guns. That's not fair. All right. Impressive. What the hell? That was cool. Man, didn't know that. I could fly on. That's pretty neat. All right, let's play this game again. I've missed a lot of mechanics. I gave up on it too quickly. So that's kind of fun. I think I gotta collect all this stuff. All right. Well, the hijinks. Hijinks ensues. Oh my god, I didn't know I'm fucking jumping over tanks. You know, you get a little bit better at this the more you play it like in the game. Let's finish this. I don't think they succeed. There's a lot of cool things they need to collect. Runs flying above. Goron leaps. Leaps and smashes. A drone. And runs to the elevating, lifting. Goron lands on the pad and it stops. Boy, I don't know where the story went. Union member echoed through the beeping from the drones and the flying above in the drones. Let's just do that. And smashes a drone and runs to the lifting pad to the service tunnel. Goron land. Falls on the pad and it stops. You can join the union. Now that we can fight our controllers. And together we can strike. You can join the union, and together we can strike. The tunnels quieted. The digital voices stopped, leaving the hum of drones and squeak of tanks to do the talking and telling the story of the machines slowing and stopping in the tunnel. A drone hovered near Goran. And flashed. Yes, 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 yes. And a few echoes of digital voices repeated, union with you. Goran grinned and nodded. Union. We'll help you. Become. The lift dropped, and Goran fell with it. The bottom of, until it stopped suddenly, until it suddenly stopped. The lift dropped and Goran fell with it until it suddenly stopped. Goran's body broke. And the fade of Union talk died. Well, there was my mind for this day. I think it's done. I'll read this aloud. I will probably try to play the other games that failed today another time. I'll get cycled back. I paid money for them and they work on occasion. They did not work today. But that's okay. probably would have maybe presented a little bit more of a story that wasn't so dystopian. Maybe not. Same writer would have been writing it. Maybe my headspace is there a little bit more than I like. In the world of dystopia, that is. Let's go ahead and read this story, though. It's just about what we do every day. Work. For today's video game flash fiction story, inspired by the Atari 2600 game called Adventures of Tron. Adventures of Tron. The 4-level Tron highway journeys under the earth for passage of security tanks and drone deliveries from California to Utah. The Tron highway maintenance crew supports a 900-mile-long Tron tunnel, earning the reputation for working a deadly job because nothing stops the traffic in the Tron tunnel, even death of a worker. The death of the worker creates only a stain to be cleaned by another worker, and every worker of the Tron tunnel speaks many adventure stories, but few like to tell of Goron. Goron's Tron cleaning pager flashed in the lunchroom while they sipped their coffee and argued about creating a union to protect the workers, saying to Zeppe, "We could ask for more money, better insurance, and better life insurance. Our death rate is like 50%. It's like they're trying to kill us, so they don't have to pay our retirement." Goron's pager went off, and Goron set down his coffee and sighed and suited up in their purple and green hazmat suit. With shoulders hung, they rode a skite through the service tunnel near the worker's body, causing tanks to nearly spin on the tracks into the tunnel wall. From the service tunnel, Goron slid down the service pole to the lowest level, Tron Tunnel 4. Watching headlights glow in the distance, the squeak of the tank tires echoed through with the buzz of drones like small balls and arrows, carrying packages consumers throughout the land. Tron wondered why they don't have robots cleaning and mumbling, "They want to kill us." Goron unlatched the nano scrubber from their utility belt and began waving it around. The nano sprayed over the body bits and bloody bits on the floor, breaking it down into biomaterial and spreading it over the surface. The bright beams of a tank flashed behind Goron, and Goron ran to the service lift and rose to the next highway level as the tank drove underneath. Overhead, drones dived at Goron, emitting a hum and a drum. "Union member, Union member, Union member," with the pulse. A tank fired around through the tunnel 3, and a bolt glowing shimmered through the tunnel at Goron. Goron dove to the ground, stood, and ran for the service elevator to rise to the tunnel Tron 1. The lift rose into tunnel Tron 2, behind a line of tanks rolling away. A pulsing quark emitted a digital mumbling of "Union member, Union member, Union member," and the service elevator stopped in Tron Tunnel 1. A swarm of drones flew through the tunnel of Goron. Shimmering bolts flew past and echoed with "Union member, Union member, Union member." Goron landed on the service elevator, rising. Goron rose above a tank, speeding along Tron Tunnel 2. "Union member, Union member, Union member," echoed and spoke through all the tunnels, beeping from the drones. Goron leaves, smashes a drone, and runs to the lifting pad to the service tunnel. Goron falls on the lifting pad as it stops. Goron shouts, "You can join the Union, and together we can strike." The digital voice is stopped, leaving the human drones in the squeak of tanks to only the and fudge. The digital voice stopped, leaving the hum of drones and the squeaking of the tank treads the only sounds. A drone hovered near Goron and flashed, "Yes, yes, yes," and a few echoes of the digital voice repeated, "Union with you." Goron grinned and nodded, "Union? We'll help you become..." The lift dropped, and Goron fell with it until the lift suddenly stopped, and Goron's body broke, and the talk of Union faded and died with Goron. It's this type of story I write these days, so I suppose I'm par for whatever I do. It is what I am. Happy days, the adventures of Tron. I don't know where that story's at. And that is the video game flash fiction story for this day. It was inspired by the adventure. Published the story inspired by the game. My mind's getting a little bit distant right now. It seems to be processing away as I write these words to something else, the next bit of words I need to focus on for life. Those words being done and this game being fun, I think it's time to process away, and let's go ahead and call it a day. Until the next game. Until the next game. And for that matter, until the next day. Continue to create. Right, be you. Your stories are more important than the stories that any sort of digital agency can possibly tell right now. And maybe ever tell. Please do it. Save humanity. Tell your story.